Happy Wednesday morning, team. This is Chris Brown coming to you from BPO 9. It is our third day here, just getting cranking. So we will be doing the recap for Tuesday. Jumping right in, went to a breakout session first thing in the morning, done by a guy named Lane, and it was on hero care. It was an interesting approach and system that he's developed for appealing to the marketplace of firefighters, police officers, educators, that kind of thing, in a way to get into the underbelly of that marketplace, if you will. And he says that the secret sauce, his words, not mine, is being able to go in as a nonprofit organization, one like he has set up. And I think that idea resonates with me. The question is, do you go out and create your own, or do you buy into Lane's system? Without having a $4,500 price tag, I might be more willing to approach it, but that's just a barrier to entry right now that I don't think I'm willing to accept. Moving on, some of the early speakers were Barry and Sue. If I need to tell you who they are, then you probably can just stop watching this message right now. But they covered some good things. As you guys know, Barry just has got this the technical side of this figured out. And one of the things that he talked about that was really interesting, that just resonated with me, is that it's kind of been a head scratcher as to why, when things are as volatile as they have been, why it's not the typical seesaw where you've got money going out of stocks into bonds, or vice versa, and you get the seesaw effect. He says it's almost unprecedented, the amount of money that's going into cash. He said that historically portfolios have only held 3% cash, but right now some portfolio managers are recommending that their investors go 40% stocks, 34% bonds, and 26% in cash. That's why when you're looking at stocks going way down and bonds going way down, you're just kind of, what the heck, man? This doesn't make sense. But that just added a new caveat that I hadn't considered. Next speaker was Kevin Carroll. If you don't know who Kevin Carroll is, you can go to Kevin Carroll, that's CARROLL.com, I believe, and read his story. But he's got an amazing, just heart-touching story about overcoming an achievement, and he's got a lot to offer. One of the main things that I got out of it, and he talks about bringing play back into your work, and he says, we don't quit playing because we get old. We get old because we quit playing. And he was the brainchild behind that Nike commercial where the guy was he gets tagged, and it's almost like a community-wide involvement of playing tag. Just a beautiful and brilliant commercial, but he was the brainchild behind that. He talks about the 7 simple truths. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm just going to rattle them off here because we got a lot to cover. But the 7 simple truths of life and your career is, number 1, you need to commit to it. Number 2 is to seek encouragers. I don't need to tell you, man, there's tons of people out there that will tell you why why you can't do things, and why they won't work, and that kind of stuff. But you got to seek out proactively the encouragers in your life. Number 3, work your creative muscle. It's a muscle that we as adults, just kind of forget about. He said, how many of you are artists? And there was probably, I don't know, a splattering of people in the 1,000 that were in the room probably that raised their hand. And he said, see, that's part of the problem. We create, in-the-box definitions of what an artist is. He says, you ask that question to a room of 8-year-olds, and they don't just raise one hand, they're raising both hands. Saying that they're an artist, because it just shows the creativity that they have in their minds, and we need to hold on to and harness that. Number 4, prepare to shine. You got to be prepared. That's something that Todd Duncan beats the drum for. Number 5 is you got to speak up. Number 6 is you got to expect the unexpected. And I can't say that it's unexpected when I speak up. People usually see that coming. And number 7 is to maximize the day. There's 86,400 seconds in a day, and as adults, we spend most of that time focusing on yesterday and tomorrow. Let's take the 86,400 we got today and do something with that. But that was just very, very powerful stuff by Kevin Carroll. Again, you can go to Kevin Carroll, CARROLL.com. Barry came back up and spoke again about some just incredible niched down information about the financial markets. And I'm not going to get into all that. But he said, or my summary is, number one, be the expert. Okay. Number two, you got to pursue knowledge. Right now, more than ever, our consumers are needing expert knowledge. And number three, you got to wow your clients. How many times have you heard that? That's nothing new. You got to wow your clients. They've got to have a simply spectacular experience. After that, Jim McMahon did a panel with 4 guys. Did it with Rick Elmendorf. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Jeremy Forcier, Peter Kinch, and David Kuiper. I'll just hit some high points on them real quick. Rick Elmendorf spoke about that 90% of business is by the speed of your response and the professionalism of your delivery. That was a quote by Bill Gates that he threw out there. I thought was huge. He also talks about having relationships with your realtors and what are you offering them as your USP. He said one of the things that he does is he comes to his realtors and talks about how to, number one, help them convert their contacts, because it's just not a skill set that they've mastered maybe as much as some mortgage professionals. Number two is pipeline management. As mortgage professionals, we've got all kinds of stuff out there, like VelmoPro.com, where you can just manage your pipeline and help them and teach them how to do the same. And third is to help them build and execute a business plan. Just the skill set of a financially minded mortgage professional is going to gravitate that more than the skill set of a realtor in many cases, not all cases, that are attracted to the real estate world where they're showing houses. Jeremy Forcier jumped in there, really pounded the idea of the seller buy down. Some presentations for that. I know he's big with Mortgage Coach and using that. He touched on that quite a bit. Peter Kinch talked about using the media to get your message out, and he spoke mainly about being able to get TV and radio and some print advertising. But if you're watching this, I think you probably understand that one of the greatest untapped mediums in our marketplace is this, the internet. Okay? David Kuiper got up, and his stuff is all about creating community. He talks about the 3 main client appreciation events that he does. I'm going to just pound these out real quick for you. In spring, he does a flower giveaway. He's got a relationship with a nursery where his customer base gets a postcard in the mail. They can go to this nursery and get a free flat of annuals. Brilliant. The other stuff, he doesn't treat all his customers the same. The other stuff he only sends out to the top 100 clients. In his marketplace, he's got a minor league baseball team, and he gets invites all of them to come to that game with him and create just a community and atmosphere. He also has something that he does that he sends out a free pie. I think that's a fall ritual. Okay, and all those go out on postcards, but it was pretty interesting. And sorry I can't do it justice here. Well, that's it for the panel. See if anything else really jumps out at me. Nothing really. So I hope that was helpful to you. And sorry you couldn't make it. If you're watching this, you probably aren't here. But it's just an amazing experience, and it's more important than ever for the professionals to stand up and take our industry back again. So hope you all are doing well, and I hope to speak with you soon.